How do you think soldiers are viewed in society?
Oh man, this is a great question. Before we see his answer, let me say one thing. I'm just talking for myself, but and I'm repeating myself. To me, real heroes, my friends. If you fight for your country, and in America, you guys have a lot of people that are real heroes, and I know Americans treat them well because if there is people that deserve, it's them. Today I'll be reacting to Old Soldier meets Young Soldier. My friends, I tend to love this type of videos. Should be a really interesting one. Someone ended up telling me that young soldier at one point had the world's record for a sniper shot. Quite impressive. And they are both from the UK, but I guess Americans agree with me on this. If you fight for your country, real heroes, and I have nothing but respect for you. Those are British soldiers, but I guess we can change them for American ones and would be probably similar. But before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much, is the best way to show support. Now, if you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Link for the original video in my description, and let's play it.
We deployed to Iraq in 2006. We then deployed to Kosovo. From there, we then deployed to Afghanistan.
Well, you've been through quite a lot, son, haven't you?
Damn.
Hi,
Hello, young man.
nice to meet you.
How are you?
Pleasure.
How you been? You okay?
Not so bad.
By the way, this could be an emotional video, my friends, specific because my audience tends to be 99% in America, and a lot of you guys have family that end up fighting in wars. So this can have sensitive, the conversation can be a bit emotional, sensitive for some people. So I want to put this out there.
Bad? Yourself?
On the spot.
On the spot.
Look at all the medals.
Stack of them here, isn't it?
All right.
Which war did you fight in?
Good question.
Second World War. My flotilla was the third flotilla, and there was 12 of us, and we took.
Sorry, my friend. Second World War. Wow.
There was the third flotilla, and there was 12 of us, and we took part in the North African campaign, and then we went on to the invasion of Sicily.
How long were you away for?
2 years. In them days, with a different war, you had to go where you were sent, and some lads went to North Africa and went right through and never got home till way after D-Day. The other wars that followed this, it's an entirely different war than what ours was.
I think it goes through generations, doesn't it? It goes from one war to another.
It's frightening to see what happens to these modern wars. You're fighting an enemy you do not know where he is for a start. Like in our war, as long as you were going forward, you were going the right way. But you get in Afghanistan and that, he can come up behind you and you don't know he's there. And from my way of thinking, I wouldn't like to have fought in that war, I'll be honest with you.
See, that's where I think the two change, because I wouldn't like to fight in your war. Because in my eyes, being on a ship.
It's probably safer on a ship, so I can't swim, so...
You can't swim? I thought you were a sailor.
And they never taught me.
Really?
But where would you swim to? If you're a long way from home, it don't matter whether you could swim or not.
After training, I got to battalion, and then we deployed to Belize.
Yeah.
We went for 6 weeks in the jungle, training.
Wow.
And that was pre-training for Iraq. We deployed to Iraq in 2006. Yeah, 2006. That was a 6-month tour, turned into a 7-month tour. And we were deployed to Saddam's palace in Basra South, where we patrolled and did strike ops. After there, we come back. I went on to do my promotion. We then deployed to Kosovo. That was peacekeeping. And then from there, we then deployed to Afghanistan, to Herrick 10. So completely different operations altogether, from armoured to foot.
Well, you've been through quite a lot, son, haven't you?
Man, this is heavy because look, I'm seeing this, this young man, and maybe he's a bit older than me, but my life has been much easier than his. You know, I never end up facing this type of stuff, so I'm very thankful for that. But in other hand, man, how can you not respect people like this? You know, is to me when people criticize this type of people that put their life in dangers to protect yours, that tells a lot about you, my friends. So would you guys agree with me? I mean, I have so much respect for both gentlemen that we are seeing on the screen, and I don't like to judge, but you can see that his face. Like the other gentleman says, he probably saw a lot of stuff. It gives you that vibe, right, my friends?
From armoured to foot.
But let me say one thing. I'm not trying to post too much because I respect them so much that, I mean, what can I add into this conversation? Just leave me a like if you agree with me. This is amazing to see different generations having such a nice, talk.
Well, you've been through quite a lot, son, haven't you?
Damn.
What are your feelings towards the enemy now in comparison to at the time? That's a
Great
good
question.
At the time, I didn't. It's weird because I'm going to probably stand out here. Is I didn't have any hate for them. I believed that we were fighting in someone else's country and they were defending it.
Okay, that's good.
But I think that's one of the other reasons why I left, because I didn't believe in it in the end. I think I fought that hard and I was fighting an enemy so much that I was equal to them. If someone can get a number of men in front of me and fight me and my men to the extreme that they were fighting us, then hat off to them. What about yourself?
Well, we fought the Germans to win the war. That's what was.
Oh yeah, they fought the Nazis, right? So I think to me it's crazy to see a person that fought in the World War II era, sharing the what was like. I think we are so lucky to still have people like him.
We fought the Germans to win the war. That's what was bred into you. And it took me until about 1970 before I could really, see me way clear. I have nothing against them now. It took me all that time to realize they were the same as us doing what they had to do.
That's
Have
true.
you ever fired a weapon?
Yes, on the landing craft I was an anti-aircraft gunner. We had 6 Oerlikons and a 12-pounder on her. So
Ooh, this is where it gets a bit more technical, my friends. I don't know what is that.
I fired that many times through the war. It's a different thing. It's not like firing a rifle. No, like a soldier has to rely on a rifle, doesn't he? Yeah. Like I had to rely on me anti-aircraft gun. Whenever you're in imminent danger, you're called to action stations. And if the planes come at you, then you have to fight back. And on the Oerlikon, you had a shield, which you look through the gap, so to speak. It always gave you that feeling that he couldn't hit you, which was a silly way of thinking, but it gave you a bit of feeling of comfort, if you know
Protection,
what I mean.
yeah.
See, with us, we were just rifles. Rifles, and we had GPMGs, which were 7.62 belt fed, which that most of them.
Well, you'd be lost without your rifle or your gun, wouldn't you? Yeah. On the deck.
Afghan had a section, so I had a section of 8 lads, and very, very good lads as well. We would get in 360 ambushes, so we'd get hit by an IED, so you'd have someone from the front, right, left, they're coming from the top of the compound, and they basically just spraying you with rapid fire with 7.62. Once you got into the firefight, you could never tell what was going to happen, but you always knew it was going to be like a well-oiled machine, the way your SOPs kick into place, the way your lads they just knew, because of the amount of training you did, we knew exactly what we were doing.
How do you think soldiers are viewed in society?
Oh man, this is a great question. Before we see his answer, let me say one thing. I'm just talking for myself, but and I'm repeating myself. To me, real heroes, my friends. If you fight for your country, and in America, you guys have a lot of people that are real heroes, and I know Americans treat them well because if there is people that deserve, it's them.
It all depends how the media portrays us. Remember
What?
going back when we come back from Iraq, we landed in Teesside and we had groups of people that weren't happy that we were there, and they were British people because the media portrayed us as killers, as murderers. Flipping the coin, when we come back from Afghan, we were portrayed as heroes. So the whole country rejoiced to go, oh, save our heroes. Obviously, your generation,
Oh man, sorry, but to me, that's unbelievable. I mean, even if the war is not justified, at the end of the day, they are following orders. You know, they are still trying to. Oh man, sorry, my friends. This gets me a bit mad. I cannot lie.
you were
So in America, this also happens. Be honest with me, my friends.
rejoiced to go, oh, save our heroes. Obviously, your generation, you were
Well,
classed as
I
heroes.
think the war had lasted so long with that they were glad to see the people back home.
Yeah.
And I think most soldiers and sailors, any serviceman, was looked upon, they say thank you to them for getting their freedom in one way. They were glad to see the war over. I can understand the difference now. Because it's a different generation and but
It's a different war, isn't it?
well, you find it, I know.
When you're in a war zone,
Sorry, my friends, I'm going to run this part back. But am I missing something, or do you guys think I'm correct? I mean, at the end of because this is, actually is pissing me off a bit that the media can portray them that way, because one thing is trying to disagree with some political reasons. The other thing is putting the blame on them. Am I crazy on this, my friends? Please feel free. If you disagree with me, that's fine. But share with me your vision on this.
Yeah,
it's a
but
different war, isn't it?
well, you find it, I know.
When you're in a war zone, and as you know, you've got that constant stress above your head of what's next, and you're constantly on high alert, and you're constantly irate. It only takes one person to look at you, and you're ready to fight straight away. Hence why when soldiers come back home, someone looks at you the wrong way, you're already in fight mode. It's been 12 years, I'm still in fight mode now. I don't think I'll ever change that.
If you're fighting a war, it's them or us, so to speak. And that's my way of thinking. And so let it be.
That's it. But when I was out there, it was my lads. My lads are coming home, no matter what. I don't care who you are, my lads are coming home.
Have you ever lost a member of your company?
Oof.
It's I want to answer it, but I don't at the same time because we've lost quite a lot of lads from our battalion, of our regiment. I say regiment because it's 1 RGJ and 2 RGJ. Today is the 10th anniversary for a lad we lost called Paul McAleese. He was my screw. We lost him 10 years today. We lost.
Sorry, my friends, but it's difficult, in the sense that it's difficult to not feel bad for him,
We lost him 10 years today. We've lost quite a lot, yeah. I think I'll leave it there. Like, don't want to go too much into it. Like, have you ever suffered a serious injury?
I've only had a backflash from the gun, which sometimes with an Orlican, after it gets hot, thing sort of blows and you get a flash, but nothing serious.
Nothing crazy,
Like
okay.
a few broken sprains and broken wrists and stuff like that. And major one would be probably mentally. And this is, as you know, it's a massive epidemic that's going through the military at the moment.
So he's talking about PTSD or something like. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but you guys know what I'm talking about for sure. Basically, is post-stress traumatic, something like this, right? This is a huge problem in America also, right? It's not just with, of course, it's not just with the British military. I believe in America, a lot of soldiers also struggle with this. It's one of the reasons that I think people that that criticize them in particular, oh man.
For veterans and for still serving is mental health. The past 13 years I've really suffered, really suffered. But I've sort of battered it backwards and kept moving forward, you know what I mean? It was
My friend, specific because soldiers that end up going to Iraq, Afghanistan, the amount of things they saw, you know, no human being needs to see that, should ever see this type of stuff, you know, so. Again, I don't know a lot about the UK to be transparent with you, but I know in America, you guys know why you guys are free, right? I mean, you guys, that's why I actually love America on this.
get moving forward. And I think with my age now, I've got to the age where it's like, well, I've got my family and all that. It's like, I've got to stay straight, you know what I mean? But it creeps back a lot. It does creep back a lot. I think having my daughter is kicking up the arse quite hard, like, you know what I mean? But I think if it didn't, I'd probably still be like that, you know what I mean? It's, but I know a lot of lads, a lot of girls, a lot of soldiers are suffering. Do you miss the forces?
So actually, you said something there that I want to say also, in the sense that I believe I said men, but there is a lot of strong women that fight wars. So sorry if my language was not inclusive here, because I know that, you know, I said men, but you guys know it's both genders.
A lot of soldiers are suffering. Do you miss the forces?
That's a good question. No, I don't think I missed it. I was away about 4.5 years. I served, and I was glad to get out. And no, that's my answer to that. I don't know about yourself.
No.
Okay, I guess he said no. But I actually know some people that end up, that they miss the military a lot. I guess in this case, no, but I actually know some examples that the answer would be yes.
A lot of the lads, their issue with it, they say, oh yeah, I missed the army, I wish I'd go back. I think what it is regimented. They're regimented in such a routine where that is your life. And you
make friends for life, right?
7 to 22 years. Well, I left and it was like, oh, I'm struggling here. But it was because it was the unknown. I don't miss it. I miss the lads and I miss
camaraderie.
Yeah, I miss that.
That's about the only thing you miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, don't get me wrong, I miss firefights, believe it or not. I miss getting to firefights, I miss weapon handling, I miss teaching it. But that can be replaced by anything. You know what I mean? If you find another passion, another love in life, you replace it with that, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Is there anything you regret about your service?
Not really. Through the years, I am proud to have been a part of it. It took all my youth. If I hadn't have been there, I'd have missed quite a lot.
Okay, sorry, I have to say something that I've been thinking since the beginning. Am I crazy? This gentleman looks amazing. I mean, you can see that, of course, he's a bit old, but looks tremendous. I love the way he's there, the hair, everything is looking perfect.
And
no, I don't regret it one bit.
I don't think I regret it because it's like I said, it's what I've gained from it. I mean, mentally, it's been mentally draining once I've got out, but at the same time, it's strengthening at the same time. So where something's suffering, someone else is strengthening. You know what I mean? So I'm becoming a better person.
Well, you want to tell your story. From my point of view, it may be to help the younger generation. They don't know about your war. They don't know about my war. And by coming on this sort of thing, people watch it and they realise it's part of history. I would think so, or I hope so.
My friends, I'll rant back, don't worry. There is a lot of trash on YouTube. I mean, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, there is a lot of trash. This is the type of content that I'm glad that YouTube is a thing. You know, this is amazing to see. Am I crazy to say this, my friends? At least I'm enjoying this so much. I believe a lot of you guys would prefer this to be to American soldiers because you may relate more, but it's still impressive, right, my friends?
It's part of history, I would think so, or I hope so.
Well, with me, it's like, for 10 years after getting out, I suffered and I went into a dark place and I kept it to myself. And every time someone mentioned the military or something like that, I'd switch off and walk away. Didn't want to know. And I'm still a little bit like that now. But since this year, I've started a new project. I've been talking about my career and my story, my mental health, and my fight and struggle and all that carry on.
It's amazing.
It's actually helping me. It's helping me talking about it. More importantly,
And helps others.
Someone sat in a dark room right now who hasn't left the house for 2 weeks, and they're scrolling the phone. They come across Lad Bible. They listen to this. They listen to me and you, and they go, "I've been through that. I've seen this, or that's worse for me, or that's not as worse for me." And if they stand up and they walk out the front door and they give it a go, then we save one, then it is worth it. So that's why I talk about my story now. And
Well, I wouldn't have known your story if I hadn't have listened to it here, would I? I've learned a lot from you, and I hope our little talk today has helped in that
I
way.
think it will. Not just the younger generation, I think the eldest as well.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, so amazing, my friends.
Honest.
Damn. This was amazing. I really hope that, I guess I'm going to use the way that they say in the UK, that young lad actually, finds a bit of peace, because you can see that a couple of things are still, hurting him a lot. And it's normal, of course. I mean, time tends to be the best medicine for traumatic stuff. And yeah. My friend, sorry if I got a bit emotional there. It's just, I don't know, I really know how much, not only them, even the family suffer, so it's, for me, it's tough to see this, because I feel very lucky. That said, thank you so much. See you guys in the next one. Bye, my friends.